madness at Ibrox as Rangers finally seal the deal for Djeidi Gassama in a transfer saga straight out of a soap opera. Contract signed, announcement imminent, and speed injected straight into the front line. But that's just the beginning. A £9 million midfield maestro from Italy could be the Raskin repeat nobody saw coming. And if that wasn't enough, the fight for Scotland's next big thing is heating up. Lennon Miller to Ibrox, bid incoming, tension rising, explosive moves, boardroom battles, and one massive question about who stays and who's sacrificed. This one's packed. Stay locked in. Right, here's what you need to know as the countdown begins towards a proper European night. Rangers are on the brink of a massive Champions League qualifier against Panathinaikos, with the first leg set for the 22nd of July right here at home, and the return in Athens just 8 days later. Now, let's talk business. Russell Martin's summer recruitment drive has already seen 6 new faces come through the door, but make no mistake, the job is far from done. The urgency, it's not just pressure, it's survival. Because if Rangers want to be in the Champions League group stages, these next few days will define the campaign. Step forward, Conor Coady, a deal that's been bubbling for weeks, is now looking very close, and it couldn't come at a better time. The 32-year-old has Premier League pedigree, nearly 200 top-flight appearances, and a proper leader's voice at the back, something this squad desperately needs if we're going toe-to-toe with a tricky Greek side who'll look to frustrate and exploit. Keith Jackson's already made it clear, and no Coady, no chance. A bold shout, but he might have a point. Cody's calm, his reading of the game, and his experience, that could be the difference between progression and another European disappointment. But it's not just the backline that's in the spotlight. Up top, Hamza Igamani's future is casting a shadow over the whole squad. Word is he's got one foot out the door, flirting with a move to Lille, and personal terms already agreed. Add to that Serial Desers apparently wanting away, and suddenly we're looking at a European showdown with no settled striker. That's not just risky, it's reckless. Martin's got to get Igamani sorted one way or another before that first leg, because the last thing Rangers need is a striker up front whose heart's already packing its bags for France. You can't go into a Champions League battle with passengers. Here's the real question. If Conor Coady doesn't sign in time and Igamani's head is gone, would you trust this squad to handle the pressure and deliver against Panathinaikos? Or are we staring down the barrel of another early exit while Celtic sits smugly watching from their sofas? Right. This one's heating up fast, and it could have massive implications for the season ahead. Rangers are locked in a real transfer battle, and the prize this time is Salvatore Esposito, a £9 million rated midfield maestro from Spezia, who could be the ideal replacement for Nicolas Raskin if the Belgian does end up moving on. Now let's start with Raskin. 4 goals and 10 assists in the league last season, and at just 23 years old, he's only getting better. But with English clubs sniffing about and some serious Premier League money being thrown around, you can feel the concern rising. If he goes, it's a gut punch, no question. But here's where things get tasty. Rangers are reportedly racing to sign Esposito, a proper Italian playmaker with an eye for goal and, crucially, a wand of a right foot when it comes to set pieces. A man described as a set-piece specialist and backed up by the numbers, 7 goals and 9 assists in Serie B last season, not to mention more duels won per game than Raskin and a higher success rate in ground battles. This isn't just a like-for-like, this might even be an upgrade. He's got interest from down south, including Premier League sides like Fulham, Brentford, and Brighton, but crucially, Celtic are in the queue as well, and that's where Rangers have to act like a big club. You lose Raskin to the moneybags in England? Fine. But if you let Celtic walk away with Esposito while you hesitate, that's unforgivable. Martin needs depth. He needs options. And this boy, Esposito, looks like he can walk straight into the side and make a difference. Imagine a midfield with him, Aho, and Raskin. That's a unit with teeth. If you were forced to choose and you could only have one, would you rather keep Nicolas Raskin or sell him and bring in Salvatore Esposito and bank the cash for another big signing? Are you ready to see a new midfield general take over at Ibrox, even if it means waving goodbye to one of our own? This could be the most exciting wee twist in Rangers' transfer window yet, and it's got the makings of a real statement of intent. 18-year-old Lennon Miller, the Motherwell sensation who's already racked up nearly 40 senior appearances, is being linked heavily with a move to Ibrox, and according to his own father, a bid is imminent. Lee Miller, speaking on BBC Sports Sound, confirmed that conversations are very much alive behind the scenes and that an offer is expected either this week or next. He didn't name Rangers directly, but come on, you know what that means. When the talk gets this loud and the timing aligns with Russell Martin's midfield reshuffle, it's hard not to see where this train's heading. Just look at the boy's stats. 4 goals, 6 assists, over 3,000 minutes played last season, and he's not even 19. That's not just potential, that's already production. And if you're looking at replacing Nicolas Raskin, whether he stays or ends up lured away by the English money, you need someone who's got the technical polish, the engine, and the fearless attitude to walk into that Ibrox midfield and handle the pressure. Miller looks like he's made of the right stuff. Let's not ignore the wider picture either. Andrew Kavanagh and the 49ers Enterprises crew have made a strong first impression since stepping into the corridors of power. This could be the move that says we mean business, that we're not just raiding abroad for cheap deals, but investing in Scotland's best and building a core of local talent who actually get what it means to wear the badge. Russell Martin knows that, and this signing, if it goes through, could echo the great Rangers sides of the past, built on strong Scottish spines with a blend of grit and flair. If Rangers land Lennon Miller and Wolves come calling with big money for Raskin, would you cash in on the Belgian and back the Scottish lad to run the midfield at Ibrox from day one? Or is that a gamble too far, too soon? At long last, it's happening. Djeidi Gassama, you saw the signs. Gassama already in training gear. Fans refreshing socials like mad, and yet silence, all because of chaos behind the scenes at Hillsborough. Their chairman playing gatekeeper while players flee and the club waits for some miracle takeover. It's been amateur hour down there and Gassama's been caught in the middle of it. But Rangers stayed patient, and now he's ours. 46 appearances last season, over 3,000 minutes, 8 goals, and the kind of blistering pace that turns defenders inside out. Let's not mince words. This is a steal. A lad who stood out in a struggling team, now stepping into a club with bigger ambitions, a louder crowd, and far more pressure. Exactly what he needs to thrive, and make no mistake, Rangers needed this kind of player. With Oscar Cortez still raw, Findlay Curtis still developing, and the futures of Desires and Igamani up in the air, Gassama brings a spark, direct running, goal threat, and that swagger that's been missing out wide. But here's the punch. Gassama might be a flair player, but he's come from a club drowning in disarray. Now he's walking into Ibrox where the expectations are ruthless and the spotlight is constant. Can a boy who played in front of empty seats at Hillsborough handle the white-hot glare of Ibrox and deliver against Celtic, Aberdeen, and in the Champions League? Or are Rangers gambling on raw promise when they should be signing proven killers in the final third? If you haven't seen yesterday's video yet, you're missing out. Explosive news about Rangers that'll leave every fan stunned. Go check it out now.